Something our minds like to often do is this black or white thinking, or all or nothing, good or bad. It's kind of the name of the game as far as the mind goes, and it can create a lot of suffering. We start tomorrow the Metabolic Reset Foundations, which so excited about sharing this with you. There's still time to join us if you haven't already registered. But that's one of the things we're going to be talking about, how to experience and how to create harmony in the inner world, right? Mentally, emotionally, everything happening in the body, as well as in our outer world. So in our physical body and in our relationships. Because so often our minds will have it that it has to be either this way or that way. And I'm going to give you some examples that have personally showed up for me or with the clients that I work with that I see all of the time. And I do find that when I get out of black or white thinking, when my clients get out of this all or nothing thinking, it opens up a world of peace. It also opens up this world of opportunity. So let me start with energy, for example. If you're somebody who maybe is struggling with your energy, you don't have as much energy as you used to, you're feeling tired, afternoons maybe are a struggle, maybe you're not sleeping well, our mind can offer us, I'm tired, I can't do it. And here's the thing I want to encourage you not to believe everything your thoughts tell you, because it's not always true. How do we know? We can take two people in a pretty darn similar situation and they can have two completely different experiences. So when it comes to energy, sometimes we think that we have to feel positive all the time, that we need to feel like doing the thing before we can get ourselves to do it. We may think that if I'm tired, that's an indicator not to do it. I'm not telling you to override your body's systems over and over again. That's how you end up in burnout. That will surely end up catching up to you over time. And I want to offer you that when we have this black or white thinking that I either do have the energy to do it or I don't, well, we can't find that in between. It blocks off a lot of opportunity, and it can also get in the way of us doing the things that we want to do in our life. So how do I see this show up? I have clients tell me I'm tired. I know I should be exercising. I know I should work on that project. I know I should apply for a new job. I know I should have that conversation, but I'm just too tired to do it. As long as that inner dialogue is going on, as long as we believe it and look for the evidence that it's true, we're going to continue to just be too tired to do the thing. So I want to offer you what's the middle ground. And so in this situation, it might be I can feel tired and I can still go for a walk. I can feel tired and I can still clean up. I'm looking at my desk over here. I can still clean up my desk instead of it has to be energized or I don't do it at all. Or I have to be 100% feeling in the vibe of doing it or I don't do it at all, because that just blocks off a lot of potential. And here's the thing I know to be true is a lot of times you might feel tired or you might not have the energy. And how do we create energy? A body in motion stays in motion. We go and we do it anyway. When we wait for motivation to come, when we wait for feeling like it, sometimes you just got to do it first. Another way that I see this black or white, all or nothing thinking show up is in people's weight when they are on a healthy health journey or on a weight loss journey, and if that is a factor that you care about. And so we can get into this mindset of the numbers going down on the scale is a good thing, the numbers going up on the scale is a bad thing. And now we know that that is just a tiny piece of the puzzle. There's so much more to it. There's so much more to it when we look at metabolic health. There's so much to it when we look at body composition. There's so much to it when we look in the realm of habits. Yes, there are times where the weight going down is a reflector of all of our efforts put in, but a lot of times it's not. It's only one piece of the puzzle. And then we can associate these terms, which is good or bad, and it leaves us feeling like crap. So I want to encourage you, if you're on a weight loss journey, or if that is something that when you step on the scale goes up a couple pounds, that you're feeling like crap because of it, to find the middle ground here, to find that, okay, what can I learn from this? If anything, you might have just had sushi last night and you're retaining salt, retaining sodium, retaining water. Or maybe it's like, oh yeah, I was super stressed out all week long and I got fast food every night. I also hit the ice cream up, and I'm learning that I emotionally eat, and I think that this is an opportunity to tend to my emotions more. So rather than looking at things in these extremes, I would encourage you also to look at them in how can I learn from this? How can I extract powerful information for this? And this is another thing we're going to be covering inside of the foundations that starts tomorrow, is how to fail and make the best out of your failures, because whatever journey you're on, it's going to happen. And I can tell you these practices, these tools that I'm going to be sharing inside of the course are going to be so, so helpful for you. So back to when we find ourselves in this all or nothing, black or white thinking, the gym or moving your body could be a perfect one. And so a lot of people think, if I'm not going to spend an hour, or if I'm not going to spend a half an hour, if I'm not going to do it 5 days a week, why even bother? There is ample amount of science that will tell you why bother. Something is better than nothing. I can tell you on a mental health and emotional health level, doing some movement is one of the best ways to shift how you feel, as opposed to if you just stay there on the couch or you just stay laying down. Or if throughout the day you're somebody who works from behind the desk and you sit from, let's say, 9 to 5, you might get up, go have your lunch, especially if you work from home. If you start getting up every 45 minutes and walk around for a few minutes, you're going to feel so much better. But our mind might offer us, what's a few minutes going to do? It's no big, that's not going to do anything. Why even bother? Again, questioning, bringing curiosity to the mind is really powerful, because we know that moving throughout the day adds up as far as our overall health. We know that, like, with a quick little movement, get the heart rate up, shake it out from somatic lens, can be so great energetically. So there's so many benefits in just doing a little bit. Or maybe you're like, I don't want to go to the gym. I can't bring myself to the gym, so I can't exercise. It's bullcrap, okay? Call yourself out on it. Call yourself out on your bullcrap with love, with kindness, and get yourself to that middle ground. So maybe, as opposed to going to the gym right now, that's not maybe going to happen, although it could. I'll encourage you. That's a whole other conversation, and we're going to go over that in thought work tomorrow. But I would encourage you to say, okay, can I give myself 10 minutes at home today? Can I do some squats? Can I do some wall push-ups? Can I do some shoulder presses? Can I do some push-ups from the ground? Can I do some planks? Whatever it is. 10 minutes, you're going to get stronger. Just think, a year from now, if you spend 10 minutes a few days a week, as opposed to if you don't do anything, that's how we know that this all or nothing thinking can get us into trouble. We can also apply this all or nothing thinking to people. Sometimes people may do something, and I think y'all can attest to this. I'm not going to get into politics, but you can attest, right? It can be easy to say somebody's with this political party, or somebody has this religion, or somebody looks this way. Our brain wants to associate something with it, whether it's a stereotype, whether it's something that we learn from our family of origin, whether it's something that we learn from the news. Our brain wants to offer that that is right. So again, question your mind, question and be curious about your thoughts. Are they effective? Are they, capital T, true? Is this working for me? And then also, no, we all know, right? Whether it's political parties, whether it's religion, whether it's these stereotypes, that they're not, capital T, true. There's always variability in there. And so being on to yourself when you have all or nothing thinking, if somebody in your life, maybe they did something that was hurtful to you, yes, talk about it. Yes, reconcile. And our mind can start to associate, they're just that way. They're just that kind of person. And so using your wisdom, using this awareness of, okay, I'm in all or nothing thinking. Maybe this is really a genuinely great person who loves me and they just messed up, right? Or maybe they're going through a lot, right? I'm not saying to condone crappy behavior. That's not what I'm saying, but I want to just put this on your radar. Where is this all or nothing thinking causing me suffering? Where is this all or nothing thinking stunting my growth? Where is this all or nothing thinking taken away from my health? Because it does, right? Same thing with eating. That kind of goes, I think people get into that.
Okay.
I think people get into it too with eating. I ate this, it's bad. I had this, it's good. And so even that good or bad language, right? Expanding your palate, expanding your mind to explore, is this language supportive? Just because you ate a donut or pizza or a burger, like, does it mean that all of your nutrition is bad? Or does it mean, like, some people, it can even feel like a moral thing there? I want to encourage you to question this. And just because you're eating maybe salads and what else is healthy? Bootables and lean protein and veggies, we could get into the notion that, oh, I'm doing absolutely everything healthy. And again, it's not ever that simple. There is nuances and there is an in-between. And so exploring what that is for you. So I bring this all up, like I said, because when we can start to be aware when this all or nothing thinking is leading to suffering, and then bring in that loving curiosity, start to kind of challenge these status quo thinking, expand, right? This paradigm of thinking likely worked for you at 20 years old. It might have worked for you at 30 years old. It may be now at 40 or 50 or 60 or 70. It's like, that's kind of old. That's kind of outdated. It's kind of outdated that I think that in order to be healthy, I need to be in the gym 5 days a week. Maybe it looks different for me now. Maybe it looks like I do some workouts at home. I go out on a kayak with my partner 1 day a week. I walk the bridge with a friend. So again, I want you to start to see, is this working? Is it effective? And we don't want to do the bad or wrong here, right? Because if we're back into that all or nothing thinking, but from a place of kind of neutrality, is this working for me? Is this effective? Also, sometimes we take it like it's the news. Is it a capital T truth? Would every single person agree that it's impossible to get outside and go for a walk right now because it's too hot? We've been having a lot of conversations about the heat today in my world. And no, I just looked out my window actually and saw somebody out there walking right now. It is hot as crap here in Florida. I think throughout most of the country, it's really hot. And I'm gonna go take myself out there and walk. I'm gonna be sweating, it's gonna be hot. And what's more important? What's more important for me is that I take care of my body, that I move my body now, that I know it's gonna shift my mood, it's gonna help me just feel great. I also, when you do what you say you're gonna do, that also just feels really good. It helps build self-trust. So that's how we know, is it capital T true? Could two people have the same situation and have totally different experiences? And if so, then ask yourself, is there even just a 2% shift I can make here? Because our nervous system also tends to respond better to these subtle changes as opposed to these really massive shifts. I don't know if you've ever noticed sometimes, like when you make a massive shift, especially when it talks about health, because this is, I came on here to talk about the Metabolic Reset Foundations. When you make a massive shift in your health, a lot of times it's hard to sustain it. It's hard to keep it going. You might do it for a little bit and then fall back. Not always. Sometimes we're really just ready for that quantum leap. We're ready for that identity shift and it sticks, but sometimes it doesn't stick and it can be too overwhelming for the nervous system. And so knowing that these subtle shifts, this common ground, these tiny habits, when done consistently, when just laid as the foundation, like a video game, I always say, you're not conquering the video game as soon as you sit down. You gotta conquer. I'm like old school on video games, like Donkey Kong and Mario. What was the other one on Nintendo, right? You have to go like through all the levels. And this is like the same thing when building habits, right? We know this. You don't start off running a 5K unless you have a background of running and maybe do CrossFit or boot camps. You typically are gonna start off jogging, walking. And then you're gonna increase it a little bit more until you make your way up to the 5K. But that's how we create the habits. So, all right, y'all, let me know what you're focusing on this week as it relates to your health and well-being. Can't wait to have you inside of Metabolic Foundations. Go ahead, comment below, reset. If you're interested, I can send you the link. But I have so many amazing things planned for you. It's really going to just break it all down so you understand your body and your mind and really can support yourself on this health journey in a really, really empowered way. These are the essentials that are going to make things so much easier for you. These are things that I wish I knew when I started off, that when my clients start to really get this and put it into place, it really just shifts. It just helps things like really just accelerate, and I can't wait to have you. All right, thank you. Bye.